Let's put our hands together for the often imitated, never duplicated, Mr. Antonio Quintero.
Thank you. Did you know that 40% of the electricity used in buildings today is consumed by everyday lighting, such as lighting, electricity, air conditioning, what have you? Also, 60% of the landfill use in the United States is filled up by construction debris, 2x4s, whatever you have. And today I'm here to talk to you about sustainability in construction. First main topic is what it is and how does it tie into construction. Second is what points, what materials are being used to create a more sustainable environment, and finally, the environmental impact that these materials have on the environment. First, what is sustainability? According to the EPA, sustainability is the balance of humans with nature and a harmony, if you'd say, to not only for our present our present generation, but also to encourage future generations to be more resilient with their natural resources. And in 1996, the U.S. Green Council reiterated that resource-efficient measures should be implemented so that future generations would have these natural resources for they themselves to, say, build their own homes. And as we have here, some examples of what actually green buildings are. Now, as it pertains to construction, this basically entails better design, what have you. Keeping in mind that nature is also built into a building, such as passive solar, where a building can heat itself up just by facing the right way at a certain time of the day, and it heats itself up with the sun. Now, what new materials are being used, is something remarkable because we have not only wood, but we have steel and aluminum and paper as well. And a lot of old materials are being used as new, such as recycled wood. And thanks to the FSC, the Forest Stewardship Council, the forest is not being depleted like it once was, such as people just go out and cut wood and build a home. We no longer do that, thanks to the FSC, which implements sustainability in growing trees as well as far as we use them, and then cutting them down as we need, not as we want. A lot of other materials that we currently use are prefab, such as I-beams, as before we used raw timber. Now we use I-beams that are pre-manufactured, which actually expand longer and are much more lightweight. Another interesting fact is the fly ash concrete, which is concrete mixed in with, I'd say, you'd want to say it's kind of an ash, like remnants of carbon, which in effect makes the concrete a lot lighter, which makes the footprint of a building a lot more environmentally friendly. Another Another material is cellulose block, which in effect is concrete mixed in with particles of air, which give it kind of like a styrofoam effect, which makes it also lighter. And finally, the environmental impact all this has to, in effect, to a building. This means less CO2 into the atmosphere, less demand on natural resources, and that would be basically a direct impact. An indirect impact would be more natural resources for future generation, less CO2, and the effect that after the lifespan of a building, when it gets demolished, a lot of the material is reused, and therefore, in essence, recycled. So we basically don't throw everything away, we reuse it again. And another important aspect is the habitat disruption, such as bighorn. A lot of the reason it's called bighorn is because the bighorn sheep live up there. But unfortunately, people with a lot of money move in, disrupt the natural habitat of the bighorn, and basically they become extinct. So in conclusion, to reiterate what I just explained, is what is the definition of sustainability? What materials are being used to create a sustainable environment, and the environmental impacts of all this new material in the construction industry. Hopefully you will take away from this that in essence everything is sustainable. Materials have to be preserved in order for future generations to carry on with their legacy, and hopefully ours as well. Thank you.